Alright guys, we're about to begin today's stream. Just give me 1 second, I gotta check the playback. I was kind of busy doing so, I apologize for being late. But we will get started with this Raw review. I just gotta listen to the playback real quick. Alright, we are good. What's going on, guys? It's Creator here, and I am your host for the World Wrestling Podcast, where I tell you everything that you need to know that happened the day of happening with whatever happened with wrestling. I know that's a good tagline. We're covering Monday Night Raw, and all I can say is you have to give they put themselves in this situation. I'll explain when we get to it. That's all I can say. They put themselves in this situation. Now you there. It's basically a situation where you have to play with the hand you were dealt. In this case, you got to play with the hand that they dealt themselves. So this is what I mean. So the open the show, we have Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's in the ring with Bobby Lashley, Leo Rush, and Drew McIntyre. Each of them states what they're thankful for. McIntyre said, "No, I really care. But we skip all of that." Corbin says we won't be seeing Strowman for a long time. Corbin says he set a camera crew to document Strowman's surgery. He is actually legitimately, non-storyline, he actually does have a elbow surgery that he has to do. We don't know when he's going to be back. He could be back in time for TLC, but who knows? Because Corbin said there's no way Strowman can be at TLC. Their match is still on. If Strowman doesn't show up, Corbin wins. All the Raw superstars on each side, they need to be on the right side of history or the wrong. Corbin's going to remember who stood with them and who stood against them. Lights goes out. Corbin screams for someone to turn on the lights, and someone is getting fired. Elias appears on stage with his guitar in hand. And then Elias pretty much was belittling everybody in the ring, especially Bobby Lashley, when he sang a song about how Bobby Lashley sucks. Then you had the match between Bobby Lashley and Elias, which was it was an okay match. Again, Elias, he's still relatively new because he was usually never in the role of a wrestler. He's been doing this whole time. So when you actually tell him to wrestle, it is what it is. He actually won via DQ, and then Baron Corbin changed the match. Again, it says in those qualification match. And obviously he lost after he got demolished by everybody. And then they just tore him apart. And yeah, so this is like the new Wrecking Crew. Baron Corbin, Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. And it's kind of weird because, again, what I've been saying this whole night, follow me on Twitter, I've been saying this basically this whole time. Where the hell was Drew McIntyre? Seriously, where the hell was, not Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler. Where the hell is Dolph Ziggler? It makes no sense why he's not here. Did the whole group between him and Drew was over? Who knows? It's just a weird thing to me. And then after that, backstage, Corbin fires the guy whoever who decided to switch to Life Elias, we didn't get a name, so they just threw him out. Then you had Alexa Bliss walk in, and then Corbin said, "Guess what? You're in charge of the entire women's division," which I actually called before he even said it. I forget that's where we were going. Then you had Ambrose appear on Tron. He said he would never waste his time to go to a dumpster fire like Milwaukee. Ambrose can't deal with the smell of these people. Ambrose is at the doctor's office. Ambrose shows him, he's basically getting all these shots. And he said that he's going to put Seth Rollins out of his misery. And again, Renee Young, acting like Renee Young. Again, you have to wonder when they return, because I know this was never the storyline, at least for right now, that they were ever going to go with Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. But you have to wonder, they were going to turn Dean Ambrose heel, which they did, because obviously Roman Reigns is injured. Not injured, he has leukemia, so there's that. Did they think this through? Let's have Renee Young on commentary. It's something new. You have a female commentator every week. But did y'all really thought it was a smart idea to have the one female who's actually married to a, not just a WWE superstar, but one of your top WWE superstars, and have her commentary? She came and put out a unbiased opinion when he's out. So it makes they did not think that one through. That's all I'm saying. Then you had the people already in the ring, Lucha House Party. Then a Revival came out, so they want to match Lucha House Party to be a normal tag match. So for it to actually be a Lucha House Party rule, because that's what JoJo said, and they did not like that at all. And obviously the winners were Lucha House Party. So I said the same thing to my brother. I'm glad that Grand Metalik is getting pushed. He's my favorite cruiserweight. of all the cruiserweight division, but it's at the expense of the Revival. So there's that. Then you had the Nia Jax and Tamina segment. She was talking about how, again, she broke Becky Lynch's face, which I don't know why you're happy about injuring another superstar, Nia Jax. I feel like that's the first time a heel has actually been, like, unkayfabe wise, because, like, obviously in real life she actually injured somebody. She's actually happy that she injured somebody. Okay. Ronda Rousey, they came out with this. Again, she's not afraid of her because what they decided to do, they tried to show a video package for some reason about Nia Jax dominating Ronda Rousey in that championship match they had Money in the Bank. Despite the fact that none of it mattered because Alexa Bliss won anyway, even though she wasn't even in the match, but that's another story. Because she had a Money in the Bank briefcase. She said something will happen again, and then she said she was just stalling for time as she was talking about Ronda. It looked like her and Tamina were about to beat her up together, but then Natalya, you know, I was shocked. Natalya came out because I could have swore they dropped that whole storyline, because it's been like a good 3 months since we actually seen Natalya with Ronda Rousey, because after SummerSlam she fell off the face of the earth. I mean, not Natalya fall off the face of the earth, their relationship like disappeared, and it was so weird. But now I guess she's finally back within the Riot Squad. Attacked her before she can get in the ring, and Ronda Rousey tried to fight back the Riot Squad, but then there he got to Natalya. So there was that. Obviously, they're building up towards the Raw Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. Does anybody really care about that? I don't know. Then you had, it was a more entertainment segment because my brother literally called exactly what was going to happen. You had the Raw Tag Team Championship match between AOP and Gagon Byron and Chad Gable. Then you had, in the very beginning, Maverick just took Rue's role. He started wearing it. Obviously, right, we had to focus on the tag team match. Then he went to the back. He pissed on Rue's jacket because he put it in the toilet. And he pissed on it when he went to the bathroom. That was amazing. And with that distraction, AOP are still Raw Tag Champions. Something tells me that this feud is not over. They're trying to prolong it for TLC, so it's gonna probably be a TLC match. I mean, well, it might be. I can see this being a ladder match. Actually, I can actually see this being a ladder match because usually at TLC they usually do a TLC match, a tables match, a ladders match, and a chairs match. So more than likely we're getting some type of variations of them. Backstage, you had Sasha Banks and Bayley talking, and then Sasha, but let's say you two be able to have Q&A with the ring and just tell everybody about what you guys are about. So there's that. And then the shocker tonight for me, when Ember Moon came out, they announced a replacement for the Mixed Match Challenge. Now, out of everybody on the Raw roster, who did you think they were going to pick? No Way Jose? No. Zack Ryder? No. Mojo Rawley? No. Drew McIntyre? No. Dolph Ziggler? No. Kurt Hawkins? They couldn't find anybody else. They picked Kurt Hawkins. Well, there goes that opportunity of winning number 30. So there's that. Ember Moon beat Alicia Fox, but then Jinder Mahal beat No Way Jose, who also appeared on Monday Night Raw. Now, let's get to that. I want to go on a little rant about that because, again, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is what happened when this was the hand that they were dealt, but they dealt this hand themselves, and they gave themselves a bad hand. Here's the thing about the situation with Mojo, with like people like No Way Jose and Kurt Hawkins, where they're getting zero reacts, they're just jobbers. When your main stars get injured, you got nothing to fall back on. So it's like, this is what happens. You see, now in NXT, for some reason, it's astonishing how Triple H is the only one that understands that everybody has to matter. You got people, so like for example, say for NXT, for some god reason, that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa aren't there because of injury or something, right? At least they have people like, this is just a random example, but Heavy Machinery is an example where they're obviously not main eventers, but the crowd still gives them a reaction. They eat everything up that they do. It's like they build every single star to make sure they have some type of reaction. Well, once you get to the main roster, you have like people like No Way Jose who nobody cares about anymore, even though the crowd loved him in NXT. And then it's just, this is what happens. And you have nothing. WWE has nothing to fall back on. Now you got Roman Reigns injured, Braun Strowman, and Braun keeps saying injured. Roman Reigns out for a good probably 2 years. So you got to deal with that. You got Braun Strowman legitimately injured. You got Brock Lesnar not showing up because he only shows up when he wants to. You got John Cena on a part-time schedule. You see what happens with your roster? I mean, you got Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The issue is they're already in a storyline with each other. And so that's another problem. So you don't have anybody to really fall your back on. The only person that you legitimately have that people actually care about are Finn Balor and possibly, and this is a little inch, I'm talking about the men's roster for a second, Drew McIntyre, based on the way he's been booked. But other than that, that's all y'all have for Raw men. For the women, I mean, you got people. Obviously, you got Ronda Rousey, you got Sasha Banks. They're always Sasha and Bayley. They always get behind, and the Moon's starting to pick up. So y'all, the women's division seems somewhat fine. But for the men, it's like y'all have nobody to fall back on. Clearly, this is besides Finn Balor, who's the only face right now. And we're gonna get to that main event. But Jinder Mahal beat Noe Jose. Nobody cares. Yeah, the Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. Seth Rollins. He said he wants to defend his Intercontinental title. He need to get his head ready for Dean Ambrose at TLC. Dolph Ziggler came out. My bad, guys. He obviously accepted the challenge. It was a very good match. It was actually a very good match. And I'm shocked because Seth Rollins actually won with Falcon's Arrow. Seth Rollins usually never wins a Falcon Arrow. So I was actually legit shocked. It was a match of the night, but I mean, compare that what this Raw was. Like, obviously, anything with Rollins would have been a match of the night. So, yeah. Then you had the in-ring Q&A with Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. It was so weird. She said she wanted. Bayley said she wanted to say anything. Banks said that she would ship Alexa Bliss back to SmackDown. Because they're asking fans questions. And obviously, it couldn't have been real. Because could you imagine they actually had a mark and ask a question? Jesus Christ, the PR on that Raw episode would have been something. But obviously that was a plan. They were trying to make it real, but Alicia Fox, Mickie James, and Dana Brooke attacked them from behind. Now, let's talk about that for a second. If you wanted Mickie James and Alicia Fox to attack Sasha Banks and Bayley, that's fine. Whatever, who cares, right? But you got Dana Brooke attacking Sasha Banks and Bayley. Now, for those of you guys who are unaware, yesterday was the Starrcade event. And it was a 1 hour special. It actually was on Saturday, but they taped some stuff to put on Sunday. And one of those matches, you're not going to believe this, was the following. An 8-woman tag that had Nia Jax and Tamina team up with Alicia Fox and Mickie James to take on, again, you're not going to believe this, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Ember Moon, and guess who that last person was? Dana Brooke. So up until this point, Dana Brooke has been a face, right? Why is she a heel again? There is no reason. There is literally no explanation as to why Dana Brooke is a heel again. It makes absolutely no sense. It really doesn't. Whatever, I guess. Then you had the main event, which is Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor. And everybody, based on how the story was going, everybody expected Bray Wyatt to come out tonight to return as a babyface because he returned at Starrcade, so they obviously are ready for him to come back. Next thing you know, that did not happen. What instead happened was, before the match could even end, Baron Corbin changed the match again and made a handicap match with Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor tried to fight back, but it wasn't enough. Drew McIntyre did Claymore, 1, 2, 3, and then Bobby Lashley, and then all three of them again beat up Finn Balor. And that's how we actually ended the show, with no sign of Bray Wyatt at all. Now, I want to check Twitter for a second. Twitter usually works well when it comes to fans putting up stuff. Was Bray Wyatt in the dark match? I have to think Bray Wyatt's in a dark match. There's no way they reported Bray Wyatt was backstage, only for him not to be used. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, Bray Wyatt wasn't here, I guess. But he was on the Edge and Christian show. Huh. Okay. I guess. It made no sense. Yeah, he was on the Edge and Christian show. I think either that might be an old clip. Who knows? But yeah. So there's that, and that was something. Like I said, this is what happens when you have talent, right? You have a bunch of talent at your disposal, and you don't use them because you're still pushing your other guys. When those guys get freaking injured, you're screwed because who is going to take their spot? No way, Jose. Or no, you made nobody care about No way, Jose. That's why he got the reaction he got. So do you see the issue? This is why you need to push WWE talent, because this is what happens when you don't push WWE talent, and that's why. This is what happens, guys. Hopefully they learn, because otherwise we're going to have a situation WrestleMania 32 where you got Zack Ryder on the main card. Never forget that. But otherwise, guys, that was just my quick review of Raw. Tomorrow we'll be back for Smackdown. And otherwise, guys, this is the World Wrestling Podcast. This is Crater signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.